Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel, I hope. Everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Savannah Chrisley shocked at Grayson's gross living conditions. Savannah Chrisley admits that she was shocked at Grayson Chrisley's gross living conditions when she dropped him off at college. Admittedly, she had no idea what to expect when she brought her little brother to start this new chapter of his life. Yet, she expected a lot more than what she saw. So how did she rectify the situation? Keep reading for more details. Savannah Chrisley shocked at Grayson's gross living conditions. When Savannah Chrisley's parents, Todd and Julie Chrisley, headed to prison, she was left with a huge responsibility. She was the guardian of her two minor siblings, Chloe and Grayson Chrisley. This was a big undertaking, given that she was always known as their big sister. Now she was the one who had to lay the hammer down when they misbehaved and were out of line. Fortunately, Grayson graduated high school and was set to head to the University of Alabama come January 2025. Savannah was struggling to say goodbye to her baby brother, but gave the Alabama girls some stern warnings about how to behave. She did not want them acting up when it came to Grayson and wanted him to be on his best behavior. Still, Savannah dropped her little brother off at school, was taken aback by the gross dorm living conditions. According to People, she and Grayson chatted about this on the latest episode of her Unlocked podcast in which he was a guest. When talking about the decor of the dorm, Savannah said this. Grayson chimed in and shared his sister was over the top with her decor. She ensured he had everything he could possibly need regarding his dorm and more. He noted that they were going to Target every day, to which Savannah asked. Grayson said he was overly prepared. However, he did say his dorm feels much smaller compared to his friends based on all of the stuff Savannah Chrisley added to it. Fans appreciate their skills. After hearing how Grayson and Savannah Chrisley worked together, fans and followers appreciated their skills. They were proud of the siblings and how far they had come essentially on their own. For some, it was strange to see how grown-up Grayson was. Yet they missed seeing the family together and wished they would return to television. There were also questions as to where their brother, Chase Chrisley, was. He has been MIA when it comes to his siblings, but hopefully he will come around more. Savannah Chrisley is used to chaos, courtrooms, custody battles, canceled dates, and the cruel glare of the spotlight. But nothing, absolutely nothing, could have prepared her for what she walked into on a rainy Tuesday afternoon. She had only meant to drop off a protein smoothie and a fresh pack of socks. What she got was a front row seat to what she later described on her podcast as a teenage apocalypse dressed as a bachelor pad. Grayson Chrisley, now inching toward adulthood with his signature smirk and questionable laundry habits, had proudly invited his sister over to see his man cave. He had moved into his own apartment just weeks earlier, claiming he wanted space to vibe, and a place where no one yelled at him for leaving pizza crusts on the counter. Savannah, supportive as ever, had offered to help decorate. She had imagined Pinterest boards, stylish neutrals, maybe even a plant or two. She did not imagine what she would soon describe as a biohazard zone with Xbox controllers. The moment Savannah stepped inside, the air hit her like a slap of hot gym socks and mystery meat. Her heels stuck to something on the floor. Her eyes widened as she scanned the scene. An empty pizza box teetering on the arm of a stained couch. Socks balled up in various states of crustiness, scattered like breadcrumbs. And a leaning tower of energy drink cans proudly erected on the coffee table like a shrine to chaos. Grayson. What is this? She gasped, clutching her Louis Vuitton bag like it might be infected. What? He shrugged, genuinely confused. This is living. Welcome to freedom, sis. She sidestepped a plate with what looked like an abandoned microwave burrito from last week and glanced toward what she hoped was the kitchen. The sink was full, and not in a charming, "Whoops, I forgot one dish" kind of way. No, this was a science experiment. A colony of dishes sat submerged in what might have once been water, now the color of regret. Savannah's nose crinkled. Do you even own dish soap? She demanded. Grayson scratched his head. I thought you just, rinse 'em off and pray? The bathroom wasn't better. Savannah peeked inside and recoiled. Is that mildew on the toothbrush holder? Grayson shrugged again, completely unfazed. I like it dark in there. Feels more chill, you know? Savannah, for once, was speechless. This from the same kid who used to cry if his sock seams didn't line up right. Who would spend 10 minutes adjusting his hoodie strings to be perfectly even? Nalgi was living like a raccoon with Wi-Fi. She whipped out her phone and took photos. Evidence for future blackmail, or, at the very least, Instagram. This is going on my story, she muttered. America needs to see what I'm dealing with. Later that day, back in her pristine condo with its lavender candles and color-coded planner, Savannah ranted on her podcast, Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley. The episode, titled Grayson's Gross Grotto, a horror story in 3 acts. I walked into that apartment and honestly thought I'd entered a frat house abandoned during the zombie apocalypse, she told listeners. I love my brother, but I'm now fully convinced he's trying to breed bacteria as pets. She didn't hold back. I opened the fridge, she said, shuddering at the memory. All that was in there was mustard, expired almond milk, and a half-eaten rotisserie chicken. Just sitting on the shelf. No container. Just chicken, like it was waiting to jump out and scream. Fans flooded the comments, half horrified, half amused. Grayson, blink twice if you need help, one wrote. Savannah, you're a saint for surviving that nightmare, said another. I would have called FEMA. The story quickly gained traction. Soon, TikTok was flooded with dramatic reenactments of Savannah's gross visit, complete with mop props and biohazard suits. Grayson, of course, was loving the attention. He posted a video tour of his apartment the next day with the caption, Savannah calls it gross. I call it minimalist chaos. #Mincuv vibes, #sorry not sorry. Savannah responded with a duet of the video, sipping wine and raising one eyebrow. You forgot to show them the pile of dirty boxers next to the couch, buddy. Despite the teasing, Savannah's concern was real. She sat Grayson down later that week, after forcing him to Febreze every cushion in the apartment, and delivered a heartfelt sisterly talk. I know you're trying to be independent, she said. But growing up doesn't mean growing mold. I'm proud of you, but come on. Cleaning up after yourself is not a personality flaw. It's hygiene. Grayson rolled his eyes but nodded. Okay. I'll get some dish soap, and maybe a mop. Savannah beamed like she just won a war. And a trash can that isn't overflowing. He groaned. You drive a hard bargain. In the end, Savannah hired a cleaning service to deep clean the place for her own peace of mind, and Grayson reluctantly agreed to keep things somewhere above sewer level. Still, she made him promise to send weekly photo updates to prove he was keeping up. Just wait, Grayson told her, grinning. Next time you visit, it'll smell like lavender in dreams. She laughed. If it doesn't smell like a landfill, I'll call it progress. And so the saga of the Chrisley siblings continued, one episode of chaos, love, and dirty socks at a time. Because if there's one thing stronger than sibling rivalry, it's sibling rescue missions, especially when one involves bleach, gloves, and a very concerned big sister.